What up, Role-Playing Realm mortals? It's Hayton here, back for another recap. Last time on Part-Time Gods, Andrew and Will met up with Crystal, answering a call to meet with Alma while Noelle was busy with her own training. On their way to Alma's house, they were afflicted by a strange condition that made them black out for a brief moment. Spoiler alert, that was me, Hayton, taking a peek through an alternate reality to spy. That's right, your boy Hayton works for the bad guys. After they came to, they couldn't remember what happened and made their way to Alma's house. There they stepped through a portal in her closet that led to some Roman-style coliseum. Alma beckoned the crew together for a training exercise. She wanted everyone to gear up for the conflicts ahead and to face death, which is not quite so permanent for gods. She had Andrew, Crystal, and Will face off against herself, Francis, and Drab in an epic 3v3 battle to the death. After conquering their fear of death, the deities clashed until Team Andrew, Crystal, and Will came out victorious. Will was the only one who died, and he's now catching some rest while his mortal body reforms. Say your prayers, mortals. More Part-Time God starts right now. All right, good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome to this week's episode. We are on episode 7. Thank you so much for tonight. Before we recap that just happened, let's talk about the awesome players that we have with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and we'll start with you, Tori. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your character?
I'm back. I took an even longer break than the rest of you because I missed the last session. Hello. I'm Tori. I'm part of Level 1 Geek. I play... Who do I play again? I don't even remember. Noelle. Audubon. She is something called a puck eater, which basically means she never stops being hungry and is generally interested in tasting everything and everyone that she comes into contact with. Most recently, she's extremely interested in eating a Minotaur that has challenged her to a duel to the death. So that is Noelle. Oh, also she is the goddess of birds. I guess that's important for you guys to know. That's me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tori. All right, next up we got Nathan. Nathan, why don't you tell us about you and Will?
Hello, I am Nathan Smith, one part of Knights of Bastille. We make mobile apps for role-playing games. In fact, I was kind of a tangent here a little bit. Our website got hacked. So if you're going to get your fix, just go straight to the app stores today. Just go right there. Look for, if you need an NPC, go get NPC for hire. If you're looking for magic items, Magic Item Compendium, Magwa's Magic Item Compendium, and we'll appreciate your support. So, and I'm playing with Bill.
It's a great book.
It's a book. It's a book too. I still got some copies. I'm trying
Can't hack a book.
Will Fife is who I'm playing, the god of wireless communication. He is currently dead, as far as I know. I mean, we'll see where that goes.
Best description ever. He is currently dead. Fantastic. Thank you, Nathan. Glad to have you. And Bill, why don't you tell us about you and Andrew?
Hey, I'm Bill. I'm a podcaster. You can check out Escape This Podcast if you'd like to see some fun audio escape rooms. We just started a new season. So the first one is a guest game master running us through a room where we're stuck in an elevator that thinks we're a robot and won't let us out until we prove we're human. And also I have a show called Solve This Murder, where I've just started a new murder mystery. It's just been released. So you can follow along as I run a murder mystery that's all based around a murder that happens in VR. And then you have to figure out what happened in real life. It's a good one. People have been enjoying it. I'm playing Andrew Stewart. Andrew Stewart is the god of awards, and he's having a great time being cool, fighting the god of atheism, not dying in a terrible training accident. He's doing all right.
Fantastic. Great introduction. Good content. Definitely check out Bill and Nathan's stuff. I'm Chase, Game Master for this campaign, and I am part of the Level 1 Geek team alongside Tori, and also Em, who is running background today. She was Crystal last week, and now she is going to be chatting with you guys in chat and running our tech for us, so big thank you to her. And that's us for tonight, everybody. Now I want to give a big thank you to you, chat, for being here, hanging out, using some chat interactions. Now, we do have quite a few chat interactions that you can use. We've described them in past sessions, so I'm not going to go into them in detail, but if you want to check out the details tonight, you can use the commands !Pantheon, !Curse, or !Worship, and that will give you some details on what you can do with our chat interactions tonight. Also, if you guys, hopefully you caught the recap at the start of the session. If you are behind and you want to catch up, we have a series on YouTube, so you guys can go check that out. I had some tech issues getting things uploaded, but we're all caught up now, so you can catch up all the way up to today's session. Hopefully this week's session will be up on time for those of you who are watching on YouTube. And a big thank you to those of you who are watching on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends. We appreciate it very much. So speaking of thank yous to you, chat, we give shout outs and blessings to worshipers of these deities of this campaign. And we have a few worshipers from last week to thank and bless. So Tori, why don't we go ahead and start with you tonight? I think you've got a couple of shout outs to give in honor of Crystal from last week, since you missed last week.
Oh, yes, that's true. Actually, could I request a stay? I'll pass. I want to come back because I want to find a fun way to combine Crystal's dominion and mine.
Yes, for sure you may. We'll go on to Will next then.
Yeah, I had three. So this is the blessing. Here's what happened. Will is kind of, I would imagine, kind of this ethereal ghost kind of guy floating around. This doesn't really faze him. He's got a wireless communication, so he's just hanging out, kind of just another day. But a few prayers come in from Anthrama, Wombat Fuzz, and Always a Wolf. And, since he's not a lot to do, waiting for his body to reform, he's gonna go and he goes to your home. And I don't know if you know this, but some of you guys have maybe experienced router trouble. What the problem is there's just, you kind of got, it's like kind of like a plaque in your heart, you you've got a lot of stuff going through those wireless channels. And Will is just going to go in and just clean that out for you, and put a little extra lube in there, so you should be good. You shouldn't have to reset that router for at least a few days.
Will's a router plumber. Fantastic. What a good blessing. I need my router plumbed, apparently. It has some issues from time to time. Great. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Will. Thank you, supporters. We appreciate the support to the channel. Next up, we got Bill. Bill, I think Andrew has some shout outs to give.
Yes. So apparently there's just one big worshiper for Andrew, which is Always a Wolf. Previously, Always a Wolf has won the Emmy for Best Writer, and also resolved the entire WGA strike. But continues devotion and prayers to Andrew Stewart regardless. doesn't take anything for granted. And so things are still looking up for Always a Wolf. After resolving the WGA strike, been working in a writer's room, fully paid and properly treated like a real writer, not gig writing. It's proper salaried writing, even though it's a mini room. Isn't that good? That's what we want to get out of the strike. That's we, because I'm a member of the American WGA and I write professionally. That's not me. I don't do any of that. So Always a Wolf has extra time, extra money to throw around, and has been able to properly support their daughter's soccer. Australia currently has the Women's FIFA World Cup. There's a lot of girls watching soccer, and Always a Wolf's daughter is also incredibly into soccer now, but gets, sometimes the teams, they get a bit tired between rounds, and so I've blessed the orange slices for both teams, just to make the match more engaging, exciting for all these, let's say, 7-year-olds who are just trying their darndest. But if there's one thing California is bad at, it's oranges. Famously terrible oranges in California. And so I've just given them a little blessing, so they really wake up all the kids on both sides to create more engaging competition.
Caffeinated oranges, orange slices,
not caffeinated, just
kind of sounds like some divine
I've
caffeine.
Improved their whatever, whether you want things to be high or low GI. I've made it both, so it gives them a burst of energy and continued energy for the rest of the match. So there you go. And then actually, I got 2 blessings for Always a Wolf. The other one is you wrote a book. You're on the New York Times bestseller list. Good on you.
Andrew just drops casual, massive accomplishments.
Every now and then.
It's great. Very good. Fantastic. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you to our supporters.
Wait, I need to go now.
Oh, yeah. You are next.
I've come up with something. So, the worshippers last week of Crystal, whose domain is, she's the goddess of customer service, include Wombat Fuzz and Always a Wolf. And in a rare cross-section between Noelle's domain of birds and Crystal's domain of customer service, we worked together to resolve a bit of a mix-up at the local zoo. Always a Wolf and Wombat Fuzz had paid for the raptor experience, kind of the VIP zoo experience where you get to go and you get to feed the raptors and you get to have them on your arm and all that stuff. But something went wrong on the website and they got the time wrong. And so the caretakers were worried that the birds, it was outside of their normal feeding time. But this left Always a Wolf and Wombat Fuzz, high and dry. They brought their families to the zoo. Everyone was ready to have an incredible raptor experience. So Crystal was able to help resolve the ticketing issue and get them all a coupon for half off the next time they want to do an experience like this. And Noelle kind of sparked a little extra energy into the raptors to keep them happy and pleasant and willing to see people for a little longer, so that they were still able to have their amazing behind the scenes zoo experience. So thank you, Always Wolf and Wombat Fuzz, and I hope that you enjoyed holding the taloned birds on your arm and feeding them rodents, probably.
What a good one. Fantastic. Good blessings all around.
Wait, I have a bit that makes me seem like I know things I don't. An amazing raptor experience. What is this? The 2019 NBA championship?
Look at that sports reference. Oh, so good.
I feel like Andrew actually made that joke to Noelle because he would know about the championship.
Yeah, his first time a non-American team won the NBA championship.
She was not amused at the joke.
She loves it
to say.
So good. Always with the random facts. Great. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you to the supporters. And then for me as well, I have a big thank you to Always a Wolf. Supporting the villains, the deviants, the god of atheism, the outsiders, a big thank you. What kind of wolf? Maybe a werewolf? You must be an outsider to be supporting the outsiders. So that's my current theory. But thank you for the support. I will put it to good use. And I think that's all the shout outs that we have for this week. So we appreciate you all. Thank you so much. If you guys want to get shouted out on the next stream, support with bits, Patreon subscribing on Twitch, gifting subscriptions. Lots of ways to do it. And we'll shout you guys out next time. Okay, I think that is all that we have to get things started. So I think we're going to go ahead and we are going to jump back into our story. Now, last week when we left off, we had an epic 3v3 duel to the death with Alma, which was just simply a training exercise. It was meant to put you guys in harm's way so that you didn't choke and panic when the actual conflicts arose, because dying for a god is not permanent most of the time, unless your soul gets consumed. But for a friendly duel, Will, you experienced this for the first time, right? This was the first time that Will had died?
Yeah, he's a first timer.
Excellent. Yeah, so it's a bit of a bizarre sensation. You go to the ethereal plane, and everybody that you see there looks like their spirit, so it looks more or less like themselves. Drastically different that you would notice is you were there with Drav. Drav's soul does not look like him. He, looks kind of like a grumpy little yellow goblin. His soul is actually terrifying looking. It is like a ravenous, hungry creature with very large teeth. And no matter which way you see Drav facing, because you can kind of see a shadow of their corporeal form, his spirit was always facing towards you, drooling and looking hungry, and it was quite unsettling.
I wish I brought the Biscoff with me. Usually that helps with these kind of things.
So yeah, your dying experience was quite interesting. When you die, of course, you have a weakened grip on your domain. You have a very hard time manifesting anything. You can answer prayers and go about some basic pieces of business, but you're overall pretty useless during your 3 days of recuperation. We are going to go ahead and we're going to skip ahead a few days. We're going to skip ahead 2 days before your item with gauze is supposed to be ready. And so we will have you back, Will. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about the downtime. We're going to let everybody assume they went to work here, and we're going to let everybody interact with one bond. But we're going to do it kind of downtime mode. Let's kind of go through and talk about what people have been doing. So, Noelle, we already know that you were doing some extra training with Tiala, your new friend. You also had some obligations with work and whatnot. But between the time that they had their epic duel and the time that we're skipping to now, what's some things that Noelle's been up to? What bonds has she hung out with? What's some things she's been working on?
Well, Noelle took advantage of her time away from Andrew to sign a contract to enter the next season of Last One Standing. And and tweeted out to, well, I don't know, what's our fake social media in this world? We have
what about
Moonbucks.
X? That's a weird name. No one would ever pick that.
No one would ever pick
There's
that.
There's no chance someone's going to put that out.
Yeah, she's zeeted. Is that how you're supposed to say that? She's zeeted to her fans. I don't like that. I don't like saying that. Yeah. Anyway, she put it out there to her fans that she was officially joining the next season. She was excited to be part of it, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding, Chase, but can I ease the strain on my fans? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm building some hype, basically. And letting them know that I'm here, I'm ready to compete. And I mean, in sort of the Noelle style of building hype, she never really gets that hype, but her fans are excited, and now they know that she's getting ready for that competition.
What is the comment on some of your content that stood out above all else this downtime?
A comment like from a follower?
Yep.
I think her fans generally they like her for her don't give a shit attitude kind of thing, and so I think they're here for that energy. So they're all just like everyone else's toast. Like with Noelle, like there's no way she doesn't absolutely stomp this season. And they're already doing the like comparisons because a few other contestants have, like announced that they're going to be in it and that kind of thing. So they're already here comparing, like, oh my gosh, her going up against, what's my rival's name again?
Plimpton Sinclair.
Plimpton.
That's right.
Bill was
her
so
against
ready with
Plimpton, there's no chance. He's going down this time. And yeah, so there, I think the the top comment was adding Plimpton and like, like, you scared yet? Like, get ready, that kind of thing.
The response you get is almost incomprehensible. It's a video of random pictures of you at your worst in the first season, and it's got that song, the song that's on every single, well, a couple, maybe like last year or a year before, was on every single TikTok, which is that high-pitched voice going, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. It's that, except after every no, it's just Plimpton's voice going, L, L, L. So it sounds almost incomprehensibly broken up of like, oh no, L, oh no, L. Making fun of you. That's what you get said.
My gosh.
That gets posted.
That is horrible. And very
Fantastic.
Plimpton. It's good.
Man,
it's got 14 million likes.
Maybe we just need to kill Andrew off, and then like Plimpton can ascend to a god, and then we can,
That if you want this to devolve into inter-party warfare, then that is the way, Chase.
Oh,
It's me, Plimpton, the god of nepotism, and I don't like any of you.
Oh man, so good. Fantastic. All right, good. We're gonna come back to you with a question in a minute, Noel, but let's move on to Andrew. Andrew, you had your epic duel, and then you had a few days while Will was recovering. What have you been up to in the meantime?
I think it's hard, right? Because a lot of this god stuff takes you away from doing not just like the human stuff, not just going to work, meeting, trying to look after people in my life, have dinner with Mary Quinn, go off and work at the homeless shelter. That's all put to one side. But also like the god stuff is put off to the side. We're spending so much time fighting the god of atheism. There's no time to be the god of awards. And I think weirdly, even though my last downtime was so focused on being human, I think more of this downtime is focused on being a god, but the right kind of god, not a vengeful god at war, but a god who has a domain and has to look after it. So if I had to interact with the bond, none of them are strange, so I don't need to worry about the mechanics of it. It would be the local business council, right? We're the award season for like best butcher. Every butcher's somehow the best butcher, but determining who gets those awards, who's been doing well, looking at and Andrew gets really into it. This is something he does sort of as a human for his domain. So I'm reading through like reviews from local people and seeing all this stuff, and they all send in care packages to try and like buy the awards. So Andrew spends a lot of time making sure those don't get delivered, and just trying to figure out what's going on there. In the meantime, I think Andrew does spend a lot of time trying to I don't think he can get there, trying to talk to Noel about this upcoming season of Last One Standing, because he's fundamentally is opposed to it, and I think he's trying to hammer home that it's not like a fleeting thing. It's like, look, Noel, look, I know it's something you want to do. I know you have fans and all that, but things have changed the same way they changed during your first season. You can't like get to the end. It's not appropriate. And I understand I can't stop you doing it. But also we all know that the first 5 rounds of eliminations are completely useless anyway. None of those people were going to win if they lose to you. So I don't want to say that you can't do any of the competition, but if you get past top 6, you're fundamentally breaking the entire point of human competition. There should be a winner for this show. And by that point, they may have already gone out because you could live for 4 days with no food, and you can pick up a tree, and you can, talk to birds. at that point, you're breaking the whole thing. So you need to find a way to leave as at top 6. Maybe it's a medical emergency you could come up with, but something needs to happen. Because if you move past there, I don't know how we are going to move past it. We have a pantheon now, right? Have you seen? I've stopped feeding birds small bits of like food that I had left over. I'm not giving noodles to birds anymore, and I would appreciate it if you started to look at my domain with the same sort of respect that I'm trying to give to you, because this is at a certain point becomes untenable. And I cannot be part of a pantheon that so fundamentally goes against what it is that I do. So I don't know how you're going to do it, but if I see you in the top 5, I think things are going to change. If we're still alive, that is, of course, because we are fighting a god who wants to destroy all of us. So maybe all this seems a little paltry in comparison. And I say that with an L, not with a P-A-L, not P-O-U-L. I'm not making a joke here. It's not paltry, it's paltry. It's not foul, it's foul. All right, is what I'm saying. But I'm trying not to make jokes. I'm just saying this will come to a head, and this isn't. I know this has been maybe pushed to the side because you have to fight a Minotaur and all these other things, but it's important. All right. No. Well, when you get this message, call me.
I was gonna say that Noelle listens to that whole message, and then pushes delete.
Will was definitely, he's like eating popcorn while he's listening to you say all that. Yeah. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to. I've been feeding the birds more in respect to her domain. More good stuff.
No, I know. I know it doesn't
What?
make any sense, but apparently they're supposed to like get food on their own, which feels mean, but I suppose it's maybe more natural. I've been leaving out dead rats when I find them, just sort of shoving them onto my balcony so something can get them, and I just hope they're not there when I get home.
Dead rats, that doesn't keep in the pocket as well.
No, they're harder to carry around, that is true. But mostly that's it. Small business awards, bugging Noelle.
And she's been selectively responding. Like if you text her or call her about anything outside of that show, she's like normal responsive. But that as soon as it turns to the show, it just stops responding.
So good. All right, fantastic. So we're going to move into you here, Will. But before we do, let's talk about you. Now, you've been dead, and it is kind of Pantheon custom that when one of your Pantheon members is dead, they need a little bit of extra protection, because if an outsider is to pop up or a god is to come along that, heaven forbid, consumes souls, Will would just be defenseless. So Noelle and Andrew and Will, let's talk about how the babysitting, for lack of a better term, of Will's soul has gone.
Well, is Alma gonna help at all? Because she's the one who shot him. So
Alma's not part of your Pantheon, and she's busy, so absolutely.
Oh, what selective choices? Oh, we all gonna fight together. Oh, we're training. Oh, I'm not part of your Pantheon. Get out of here.
Yeah, for real.
Pretty much.
Well, I think that unfortunately, much to the chagrin and disdain of Noelle, their schedules keep them busy enough that they have no choice but to ask Francis to also help.
He's dead too, isn't he?
He's
Francis
dead?
is also dead.
Oh, then never mind. Noelle's happy about that.
Actually,
okay.
Will killed Francis.
Yeah, Will wrecked him.
Good job. Good job,
And Francis
Will.
has been moody and mad about it.
Which we have to.
Wait, is Francis alive again?
He will be the same time as Will.
Okay. All right, then. I guess we just take shifts then. I don't know what else we do. Can we hole them up in I don't know. Maybe
Wait,
like
so does Noelle reach out to Francis, and Francis is like, "This is my moment." And he's like, "Oh no, I'm dead."
I assume that Andrew would have given Noelle the recap of why Will is no longer with them and all that happened with that whole training session. Unless Andrew left out the fact that Francis died, but I feel like they would have reveled in that. So
yeah, he's having a bit of fun. I can look after you for all. You can follow me along. Do you want to come with me? Just like it's like a ride along, but for I guess life in general.
Oh, what's that movie with the dead body they carry around? Anyway.
Oh,
Weekend
do you mean
Weekend
I
at
almost
Bernie's?
said breakfast at Tiffany's, but that's the wrong
breakfast at
movie.
Tiffany?
Weekend at Bernie's, yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's, yeah. So it's like just Will's body is just like going around on
Swiss
fire.
Army Man.
Yeah,
Daniel
do we
Radcliffe.
have to babysit his body or his soul or both?
His soul.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. It's not
Soul
quite
is
that.
more important. The body could be disintegrated and he'd still be fine.
Got it.
Just
Excellent.
hang out. I'll what about Francis? Do you need me to build like a little fence for you? You can stand inside.
Not speaking to any of you right now.
What's the problem? We were
My pals
you
of
were
the Crafting Guild are going to take care of me.
You were trying to kill us as much as we were trying to kill you. You would have succeeded if you'd been stronger.
I yielded.
That's true, but then also you died. I don't know if yielding was allowed, was it?
It wasn't.
No, it's part of the whole thing.
Yeah, he gets moody and summons some little spectral ghost fences and just walks away from all of
That's
you.
so cute. All right.
Excellent. So, Will, we talked a little bit about what you were doing while you were ghost form, trying to answer some prayers and whatnot where you could. Anything else that you would be doing during your dead time?
Maybe I'll expound on that a little bit more. So one of my bonds is the spirit community. And this seems like a great time to visit them. Maybe I'll describe that a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So there's kind of this thing that happens as you connect wirelessly. Your spirit almost goes to the ethereal plane, if you will, and you're connecting over these distances. And so like I said, Will is there. He's just kind of hanging out, but occasionally there's these souls that get lost. I mean, they get consumed and they get taken, and their souls are stuck in this ethereal plane, even though their bodies are still going about doing their business and stuff. You may have met some of these people. So one thing that Will does during this time is he shepherds some of those individuals back. Okay, you've had enough time here. Let's come on, and he'll shepherd them back. So we were talking like, I picture it like there's a husband and wife like in bed, and they're just like connected on their phones, and he's like shepherds their spirits back in, and they like wake up and they look at each other and, oh, it's you. And there's a physical connection, something like that.
But the spirits go into the wrong bodies. And they're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then they learn a lesson about how the husband is having trouble at work, but the wife is working too hard, trying to look after the family, and they each appreciate each other more.
Exactly.
What a great
So that's
movie
what
that
he's
would
doing.
make.
And one question too, though, about bonds, when they're strained, when they hit their maximum strain, they can't go over, but they can hit their max, right?
They can hit their max. If they gain any more when it's at their max, then you will lose a level of the bond.
Okay. My bond with Francis is tenuous right now. I haven't been able to resolve that. We got a little strained because I did reckon, and it's hard for Will to want to rectify that, but he knows he should in his heart. But man, that guy is so punch-worthy now that he's actually done it.
Just felt great.
It looked really good. He didn't realize that this is what Noel has been wanting to release. So that's what Will is doing. And there you go.
Fantastic. Yeah, Francis will actually show up at your home while Noel and Andrew are a bit preoccupied for a moment. So are you going to apologize?
Apologize for
For blindsiding me like that. It was unfair.
unfair. Francis, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. It just wasn't very neighborly competition. I thought that we could maybe form our own alliance or something, and then it just really caught me off guard. But I forgive you.
I'm try not to do it again.
I'm not going to be doing like that again. In fact, I've decided that I don't want to be involved in any sort of conflict. No more turf wars for me. It's too uncomfortable. I'm not a big fan of this. You know how much profit I've lost in my fencing company? I can't even manifest anything.
Well. Does this mean you'll be coming to crochet night?
Oh yeah, that just sounds fantastic.
Great.
I'll bring the boys.
I'll see you then.
All right, you can go ahead and you can heal your strain with Francis.
Oh, good.
Bill, did you have any strain to remove during your downtime?
Nope, everybody loves me.
Fantastic. Excellent. All right. So with everybody kind of describing their downtime, we will skip a few days ahead. Will, it's a crazy sensation as you are ripped back into your body, which is healed of any sort of bodily harm that was done previously. There's no more bullet holes. You maybe have some wrecked clothes from being shot a lot, but you manifest back in good health and feeling your full potential again.
I manifest with my spirit, like with my friends.
Yeah.
Okay. He gives Noel and whoever's there just a big hug. He missed them.
Thank you, but could you please put some clothes on? Yeah. I understand this is a very lovely day. I'll hug you in just like a moment, but like a robe or something, please.
I love it.
Fantastic. All right, so you guys have a nice day of rest after Will is reformed, and it is 2 days until you've been given the date that Gauze is going to have your item ready. So the day is getting close, but more importantly for you, Noel, is your deadline has now come to fruition, which it is time for you to go back and fight your Minotaur friend. If you are going to attend that, this is the day that has been set.
I think you mean eat the Minotaur.
Something like that. One or the other, get eaten, get gored, eat. Depends on the outcome. You've been training for it.
I will be the person doing the verb, not the object of that sentence.
Doing the verb.
I will be the subject, not the object. Here we go.
Fantastic.
Yes. Noel wouldn't miss it for the world.
Great. Are you assembling your crew?
I will tell them. But it is not explicitly an invitation. This is how Noelle functions with most things, though. She simply informs you guys, and then it's kind of up to you how you want to interpret that.
Will thinks it's thoughtful, and he joins you.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Fantastic.
I've got one of those foam fingers with a number 1 on it.
Very good. So you guys are heading back to the disc golf park, correct? Down into the secret tunnel.
Yeah, are there the creepy people? I know that was they were going to leave us alone, but
they were going to leave you alone, and you get back to the park and they're still there. Everybody's smiling at you very honestly. They reformed their fleshy human figures. They follow you ominously as you approach your destination, but they don't trouble you this time at all. Nobody has chunks spitting out of their legs like last time.
Good. One would like to avoid that.
Excellent, yeah.
Noelle just is baring her teeth at them the whole way up the hill.
Yeah, one of them looks terrified. The rest of them look anxious, and they look just as hungry back. You guys pull your disc golf basket levers and you head down back into this labyrinth cave beneath the disc golf course.
With a week of prep, right? And not joining and actually training for this. Can we argue that there may be some very specific cuisine sought out by Noelle to get specific abilities for this fight? I mean, what else have you know if you train? Can we just be like, what's a cool? Is there like, could part of the training have been like, I'm going to go hunt a werewolf so I can get big claws?
Yeah,
Although I don't know that Noelle would know. She doesn't usually know what she is going to get from the things that she eats. I don't know if that's documented anywhere. Has anyone ever documented that among the gods?
Yeah. There's the puck eaters definitely have documents on it.
But they're all nerds. You don't want to read their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to seek something out, I mean, is there a particular,
It's
if you have
just
an
an
ability
idea.
in mind?
You
Like,
don't need to. I just thought surely we can get an edge over this.
I
big
am
old
sure you could,
loser.
yeah.
Well, I do have the one I got from these pucks outside that gives me some armor,
Oh,
I believe.
You can crunch
So
on some diamonds.
yeah, I'm definitely going to find some. I definitely want to track down some minerals that
Excellent.
will like access that power.
What kind of minerals?
Hmm. Let's see. Could I maybe ask Drav. No, Gaz. Who's the dwarf?
Gaz.
Gaz. Gaz.
Oh God.
He's working on this item. Does he have any spare, like, not like I don't need his like god metal because I doubt he would let me eat that, but like iron ore or like, anything, any materials like that.
Yeah, he'll give you something for 1 wealth.
Okay.
I got
It better be
something for
good.
you. Doesn't come from this realm. Tastes delicious.
Cool. Yeah, Noah will give him some money for that.
The softest and weakest metal in the world.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so he'll pull out this kind of bluish, like a dark blue, almost deep midnight blue. It looks like it's swirling in the middle. When you catch it in some lights, it looks like it moves. When you catch it in others, it looks still. Yeah, he'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
This is Adonitium.
What's that?
Tasty.
Am I supposed to know
Another
what that
realm.
is?
Hard.
Okay, cool. I guess this will work.
Eat the whole thing.
I'll do it later. But thanks.
All right. I was kind of hoping to share the experience with you, but
well, I don't know how long this is going to last, and I'd rather not waste it like showing you what my
I get it. Your
mineral
purchase
skin looks
goods.
like. Okay,
I got
whatever.
some I can crunch on anyways. All
right.
He'll leave you to it. If you eat that, this will give you 3 armor.
Ooh, yes.
That's a lot.
I'll wait on that so that I, have it for the battle. That is going to take a shard when I do that. Well, it's not a manifestation, but when I activate that power. The other thing, oh gosh, what was the other thing I was thinking? Talking about eating stuff. A gun. Shoot. Yeah, I remember now. I would like to call on my condor.
Oh, okay.
My vassal, whom I have not utilized up to this point yet. Which is that's kind of how Noelle rolls. She's not really one to ask a lot of favors, and particularly of like a divine bird. But she feels like maybe Deathless could come in handy. That is what she has called it. It is the name that she has that he provided to her.
Excellent. Yeah. I love that.
Well, it's me, Deathless. I'm here. You need me with some condors?
He is a California condor. And fun fact about California condors, I picked a California condor because they have come back from the brink of extinction and are years ago there was actually a female condor in the wild that they found was able to fertilize her own eggs. Like the eggs were just literally all her DNA because of, I don't know, adaptability, I guess. So anyway, California condors are deathless.
Well, since you're such a condor nerd, tell me, how have they historically held up against minotaurs?
We'll find out.
Hey, there are still California condors. When's the last time you saw a minotaur?
Yeah, there you go.
America.
Hey, that's true.
That's true.
Other than Bigfoot.
Excellent. Also, for those of you who participated in the 3v3 duel, if it wasn't clear, you got to keep your gear that Alma sold you there. Like, that's yours to keep.
Well,
So
except
that
Will's was left there on his body.
Oh, yeah. Alma would have sent it back to you via drone.
Has anyone seen my remote? Has anyone seen my remote? Oh, it's in the couch cushion. Okay, got
it. Fantastic. Any other preps that anybody wants before we head down into the labyrinth?
That's not my fight. I don't need to prep for it.
Prep.
Sweet.
Will does prep. He makes a crocheted remote holder that he attaches to his belt, and as he approaches the cave, kind of pulls his cardigan back and just has it ready to draw.
Excellent. I love that. Make a very dramatic holster for the remote.
Yeah, it's like pink and like
Did you make it during crochet night with Francis?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. Francis gave me a few pointers. In fact, this little stitch here is a special one that I learned from.
Okay, I stopped carrying.
Francis was fantastic at crochet.
It's like I'm making a tiny fence out of wool.
What is a crochet needle except for a little fence post?
Exactly.
Chase, does armor stack?
It does.
Okay.
From
this Minotaur is gonna have a hard time hitting me.
You can't wear layers of armor, but you can.
I have
if you have an ability, yeah.
Yeah, I have this mineral skin plus my sash that I already have.
Yep.
All right, love it.
Okay, fantastic. All right, you guys head back down into the labyrinth, and as you guys walk down here, it looks familiar. It's got that underground moist stone kind of smell that you smelled before, and just hallways after hallways lining a torchlit underground hallway, corridors, I should say. And down at the end, you guys can see the very large desk. And this time, instead of sitting down and writing, the Minotaur is standing ready in kind of a military pose, hand behind his back, just dramatically waiting for your approach. As you guys approach him, it's about time. I was certain you were going to flee.
I assumed that we would have to wander through this stupid maze to find you, but
you think this is trickery? The labyrinth is not a trick. The labyrinth is a tool. It is part of me. It is a weapon that I wield. What weapons do you wield?
Deathless I think is perched on Noelle's bare shoulder. Just this huge condor, like craning his neck over. And then she'll throw the minerals from gauze into her mouth and crunch down on those, and use one other fragment to unleash her talons.
Excellent. So now you're a metallized taloned with a condor on your back, looking very cool. Minotaur looks up. Ha! You still look so small and weak. You're a wonder why the Grand Sparks decided such small meat sacks to take the form of.
You must have short-term memory loss, because as I recall, you were the one who was going to get eaten the last time we fought.
You caught me weakened. What is it that you godlings fight with? A Plunatarch, a group of you.
A pantheon?
That's the word. You wield a pantheon, yes?
I mean, I guess if they want to fight or whatever.
I wield the labyrinth, you can wield your pantheon. Though if you enter the labyrinth, you die with her.
Did you hear that? She turns to Will and Andrew. I'm wielding you guys. So that means you're like my tools. Like you have to listen to me.
Trembling, Will pulls out his from his crochet holder, pulls out his remote. I'm ready.
What is that? There's no television in the labyrinth.
We don't get a signal down here. I've only got an antenna, but we're underground.
What about you, fireman? Is that a foam finger? Is that a weapon?
No, I'm just here to support. It's not my fight.
You just spectate.
Hey, yeah, that's my role here. You wanted to. I'm surprised you're even allowing this guy in. It seems kind of a little unfair, but that's your call.
I said I wanted a fair fight.
That should be just you versus Noel. That's what I thought we'd agreed to, but
he's gonna crouch down really low so that he's eye level with Noel. Do you know what it means for a Minotaur to slay his prey in the labyrinth?
I don't really care because it's not gonna happen, but if you really want to tell me, then fine.
It is sacred. It is how I empower my spark. You faced me outside in the broad daylight around the mortals. That's not a comfortable zone for me. Not a place I am comfortable using my full force. You will see it in the labyrinth. This will be a fair fight.
Will is starting to get towards his board now, curse, and man, he's going to try hitting the fast forward button on the on all this chit chat on his mode.
The Minotaur is going to gesture towards the wall behind his desk. Just waves his hand, and the wall starts to crunch and rotate, and it opens up into this circular room with just what appears to be like round, like crystals lining the room, like little crystal balls. If you wish to spectate, you may take this spectator room.
Oh, all right.
You see that crystal on the ground, and he gestures to a green, like kind of just like natural looking crystal formation coming out of the ground. Should you wish to join if you change your mind, give that crystal a blood sacrifice. This is how one enters the labyrinth. That's what you're all going to do now. Start with you, little bird.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you done talking now? I kind of zoned out. I was just really imagining how amazing
You disrespect my traditions. That will make your death and your crunching bones all the more sweet.
Okay, where do I gotta go?
Cut your hand and give blood to the crystal.
Did we not already do this weird ceremony thing? We have to do it again.
That was a blood bond. Now you enter the labyrinth.
Okay, fine, whatever.
A whole different type of blood thing.
She'll walk up and like point to the crystal, like asking. This one?
That's the one, the only crystal. You think the seeing stones are crystals? Foolish.
I didn't
You said
know.
they were seeing stones.
Yes, they're seeing stones.
So you don't have a television, but you do have seeing stones.
Televisions are ridiculous technology of the mortals. These are magic.
Oh, all right. Noel,
Yeah.
before you go in,
Mm-hmm.
I'd assume this was a one-on-one fight. Apparently, you've been given leave to add us in, but I don't know what you want.
I want to eat this Minotaur. You can do whatever you want.
Well, wield me.
He wants to be wielded. He didn't get enough of dying the first time, I suppose.
Hey, Minotaur, dude. So do you mean like if we die in here, it's like permanent or whatever? Is that what you're saying?
What kind of dying do you... Oh, right, you're godlings. I will destroy your spark if you are killed.
No,
This
I will
is the
turn
way.
back to them. Okay, so now you know, like, the deal. I'm not scared because I'm not going to die to that oaf. But I also, like, wouldn't love if you died, either of you, because, like, you're kind of some of the less annoying people that I know. So if you want to stay out of it because you want to stay safe, that's, like, okay, I guess. But also if you want to fight because you're, like, suicidal or something, that's fine too.
I really like your social media feeds, so I don't know if I could bear it if I didn't give it a fighting, help you out a little bit.
Are you sure, Will? Because I don't know what dying once did to you. That's
Let the man die with some honor.
Hey, I listened to your stupid monologue. You can give
No,
me
you
30
didn't.
seconds.
You weren't even paying attention. And then you said the seeing stones were like televisions. The
Oh, that was
mortals
me, sorry.
wish the seeing stones were televisions.
Okay, whatever. I'm getting hungry. What do you guys want to do?
Look, Noel, this isn't if you want to fight him, all three of us, and actually just kill him, well, that's a whole different thing. We could do that right now. We don't have to go into his weird labyrinth. You're going in. This is a you versus him situation. I'm sitting out. If you don't want to risk your life in the labyrinth, stay here and we'll kill this guy right now. If it's a fight, if it's really a fight. But if you are trying to compete against a man in a duel, you go compete in a duel. I'll sit out here.
Shocking.
This is what you wanted. You want to compete. At least this person's somewhere on the same level.
Will is...
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
He's in the middle of this. Will's a little worried. He will be more of a liability in this fight. And so I would like to I want to know if Will can help from the sidelines. Would I be able to get any information about that? Because I have a few things. I know the layout. We stole some papers, know the layout. I might be able to feed Noelle some information as she's fighting. That's maybe where he might be a little more useful. But could he sense that? Or
so, I mean, as you take a peek at this spectating room, there's little crystal balls all around the walls and the ceilings, and it looks like different parts of the labyrinth that you can see through them. They look familiar vaguely from you getting the layout of the labyrinth. So if you feel like you could use a manifestation from this room and assist, then I mean, yeah.
Okay. He will, in that case, kind of sensing that he might be able to help from the sidelines, will go give Noelle a really big hug. Just, she's all metalized, and he's got a little tear in his eye. Noelle, I'll do what I can, but I might not be a lot of help in there. But I'm here for you. And it's overly long hug. He doesn't want you to go.
Okay. Ew, thanks, Will. Okay, thank you. That's enough feelings for ever. I'm gonna be back, okay?
This is a funeral rite. You're sending you off to your death. Your friends care about you. Show some respect. Could you make sure you just really wreck this guy for me? I'm
Noelle,
so annoyed at him right now.
Do make sure you absolutely destroy this Minotaur. I've got the number one finger. I'm here to support you. Kill this big old loser. He's only got one horn left.
She looks at Will, rolls her eyes, gives him the briefest, really fast hug back, and then just dead face looks at Andrew. Thanks, I feel really supported.
Do it!
And
kill him!
Walks away.
Oh, give the crystal blood.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Once you enter, you may begin exploring immediately. I will join you in there in time.
Okay. She'll, I guess, leave her, I guess not her backpack, but she's gonna take out all of her her cell phone, the stuff that she doesn't want to get destroyed in there. In the very extremely unlikely event of her death, basically the stuff that she wants Will and Andrew to be able to take with them. So she's gonna leave that in the lobby, wherever they are right now, and then she'll slash her arm, I guess, with her talon,
Kind of hard. You got like that like scraped up metal skin.
True.
Now you got to like really get in there.
Yeah, gotta really dig in. That makes it even more metal.
Makes like a horrible like nail on chalkboard sound. Screech.
Yeah, and I wait for some blood to drip out.
Excellent. Yeah, as soon as a tiny little drop of blood splashes on that crystal, it evaporates into a mist and Noelle just vanishes.
Deathless comes with me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Deathless is your vassal. No blood needed for the vassal. It just comes with you. You declared it as your weapon.
Yep.
All right. So that leaves Will and Andrew back behind with the Minotaur. The Minotaur is going to wave to another wall off to the side. And as it spins open, it looks like a little armory. There's a bunch of battle axes, flails, maces. He goes stomping in there and he grabs off a big horn off the wall, and he's gonna grab a little ring with it and he's gonna attach it so he's got a big bronze horn where his severed horn was at. And then he'll grab a big old massive battle axe. It's like twice the size of Andrew. He'll come stomping back in front of you two. Both of you wish to spectate?
Right, we'll stay here with the television.
She's very brave. It's a seeing stone. But I respect it. Her death will be honorable. Can I ask a favor of both of you?
Look, first of all, she's not going to die, so this favor is going to be moot. But look, this is your last wish, so we'll listen.
It's not a last wish. Just something you'll find interesting. First of all, you're Andrew, the god of awards. I've done my research.
Aye.
Horatio is on to you. He knows all of your names. You must be careful after this day.
All right.
You're starting to make waves. So watch your back.
Just
I
him?
am no longer in his service.
Wait, just him is making waves?
All of you.
Oh, okay.
Will.
All right.
God of communications.
Yeah, that's me. That's great. I don't have a lot of, I don't get around much, but it's good to know. Yeah.
You're being known. So you are the god of awards. You are fair. You want this fight to go fairly, yes?
Hey, fair fight. She'll win.
Can I ask a favor of you?
Of course.
He's going to wave inside the spectator room, and this like little stone table is going to come sliding up from the ground, just like a stone slab. And there's just a variety of little clusters of colored crystals. There's yellow crystals, red crystals, blue crystals, and green crystals.
All right.
Will you operate the labyrinth?
Ooh, I can
You have no
operate the
training
labyrinth.
in the matter. That way it should be fair. Just touch whatever your heart tells you to.
Okay. All right.
Never
I'll give you
touch
some
two
luck.
together.
Never two together.
One at a time. Wait until the color and the glow fades. And touch another.
Okay. All right. I'll operate the labyrinth.
And you will.
I'm assuming you can't see me or anything I'm pressing up here.
No, I will be in the labyrinth.
Okay. All
There are
right.
no seeing stones in the labyrinth, though I
Nope.
can feel it. I live
okay.
and breathe through the labyrinth.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Will, if I am to die, you see that armory that I just revealed? You see the indent in the wall, a little hole back there at the back wall. Remove my other horn, insert it into that hole if Noelle is to kill me. A final gift for all of you if I am to perish.
All right.
I'll do it.
Good.
All right. I look forward to it.
He's gonna stamp his axe on the ground. He's gonna take his palm and he's gonna cut it a little bit, and then he'll go walking into the spectating room and he's gonna drip some blood onto the crystal, and he will vanish just as Noelle did. And this feels like a good place to take our break for the evening. So, as we prepare for this labyrinth battle, we're gonna step away for like 15 minutes, give ourselves a little break. So stick around, chat. We'll be back around 9 o'clock Mountain Time, and we will see you guys in just a few. All right. Welcome back, fellow geeks. Thanks for giving us a quick breather. We are back and ready for Noelle to fight a labyrinth minotaur in the labyrinth. So when we last left off, Noelle and the minotaur both cut their hands, they put it over the crystals, and they disappeared. Noelle, we'll go to you first. So as you cut your hand and you dripped it on that crystal, it's like your environment changed just in the blink of an eye. You were around all your friends kind of in that main area, and suddenly you were just in a hallway. Now this hallway is about 15 feet wide, and there is a ceiling above you that is about 15, 20 feet up, right? And then behind you, there is a wall with very long, sharp-looking spikes. And that wall is very slowly moving towards you.
Behind me, that wall is?
Yep, behind you.
Okay.
And as of right now, there's only one way to go. You can see a turn up ahead. And yeah, what are you doing as soon as you get in here?
I guess moving. Well, Will?
Yeah, I wonder, can I retcon something real quick? As you're pulling this stuff out of your pockets, would if Will said keep your phone or like handed it back with a wink, would you keep your phone with you?
Yeah, sure. Unless Andrew put up a fuss about it.
It was discreet.
It was sneaky. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put up a fuss about that because that's well within the Minotaur's rule. I didn't bother him when he put on a big brass horn. I was like, whoa,
I love
horn?
how fussy Bill gets when it's like the lines blur between Bill and Andrew.
Just say it. Andrew's fine.
Will would still do it discreetly because he
Yes.
doesn't know. He doesn't.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I don't know. If this is
Noelle would
wrong.
keep it if Will was doing that.
But because I don't know what you want to do, but you can do whatever you want. But Will wants to like map this place out for her. If I could do something like
I'm ready to go, baby.
GPS. Google Maps it.
Like, we have the area sense manifestation, right? And this is something Will is actually pretty freaking good at.
Yeah. Okay. So you wanna help her navigate while communicating with her by manifesting through her phone, correct? Okay, I like it. All right. So yeah, well, let's get to that in just 1 second. So I mean, you get in there. I mean, you're forced to at least start moving a little bit as soon as you get in there, unless you want to choose to get impaled. I imagine you don't choose getting impaled.
I don't. But before I just go sprinting dead ahead, I feel like the Minotaur is tricky. So I do want to look. I just want to take in things, and basically I want to look and see if there's a trap in my way, if these spikes are like trying to get me to rush, so I don't look.
So you're proceeding cautiously and perceptively as you first get in there.
Yeah, or basically I'll take a fast look. If I'm satisfied, I will start moving quickly. That kind of thing. It's like a pause, look, nothing, okay, run.
Excellent. All right, and then Andrew and Will, you guys are in the spectators room, and you guys can see now all of the little seeing stones light up and start giving like very clear images of different portions of the labyrinth. All of it at the moment looks pretty similar, like nothing looks too crazy. It just looks like a whole bunch of confusing hallways. But you do see on one seeing stone, you see Noelle as she starts moving, and there's no traps ahead of you, Noelle, as you kind of first start your advance. And then you see the Minotaur appear in a different seeing stone. And as soon as the Minotaur appears, he just starts legging it, just full speed sprinting. And you can see he disappears off of one seeing stone, and you see him moving on another. And there's just like seeing stones everywhere, and they don't seem to make any sense in the way that they can. So yeah, Will, why don't we have you go ahead and roll yourself an area sense, and we'll see how well you can affect this.
All right, first
Five
roll.
Nights at Freddy's vibes.
Man, I wonder
Right.
if it'd be. So I get 9 here. Let me just make sure that's right. It is a Oracle plus, was it perception? Right? Sound right?
Right.
And then I've got my where is it? Oh, here it is. My little special ability. So I get 9.
I believe technically it's area sense is given as Oracle Intuition.
Oracle Intuition, that brings it down to 8 then.
Plus 10. There's
No,
plus
no, Bill, come on.
Maybe
Be
you could
serious
get a
here.
benefit.
I don't got a plus 10.
Yeah,
All right.
No, it's I think you're at a 9.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 9 dice and just see how that goes. Unless Noel thinks I need to really invest here. We got some Pantheon dice, so I
We
could
got like
yeah.
100 Pantheon dice.
Noelle has no way to communicate with you. Well, I mean, I guess she does, but she's not focused on you guys right now.
Oh boy, I'm just gonna roll 9 here and see what happens. I forget. I need a little command here. I wrote this down.
Flash R space and then your 2d6, 2d10, whatever you want to roll, plus whatever modifiers you have.
2
But for this case, you're just rolling dice, so however many
9
d10s.
D10. Let's get something good here. Ooh, I think that's pretty good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 success. It's 7 or is it 6 or 7 or better? 6?
Yep, that's so 7 or better is a success, 10 is 2 successes. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there.
4.
Which is let's see here, not actually going to even be enough to reach Noelle, because as you try to reach out and contact her, she's actually very far away.
Very far away. Oh boy.
So she would be in the range of within the state. So 5 successes would have to go within range. But if you want to, you can use some Pantheon dice, or you can use a shard to give yourself a couple of successes.
I'm gonna use a shard to get. That's 2 successes.
Surely,
1 shard. So that gives me 6 successes.
surely if we've set this up explicitly by giving her a phone to allow this, sure there's some bonus to range based on the physical phone and a god of wireless communications.
Oh, something like that. I guess
You
I'll
can
have to
cover
use
the
a
distance with a phone call.
It seems like that's what.
You can communicate with her, but if you want to get any sense for the labyrinth, I mean,
Oh,
you
I
have
see.
to be able to
To-
reach
to
the
be a bit-
labyrinth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so manifestation measures. I need to choose a state as the effect or distance. Isn't that what?
Yep. So 5 successes have to go towards that if you want to affect anything.
Oh boy, 5 successes just to get the distance down. This is not doing much. And then
Well,
one
you could get 1 building worth of area affected.
Okay, area affected. One building.
1 building's worth. Does the labyrinth count as one complete building?
It does, yeah.
Oh, yay!
Okay. Will's mind is like frying a little bit now, trying to sense this, but he thinks he's got it. So at least 1 building's worth of this area. You tell me, Chase, how that turns out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to affect the entire labyrinth, or, I mean, you could just choose her as the target if you want to affect Noelle. I mean, what do you want to do here? So, like, you want to sense the area of the labyrinth, correct?
I want to
give her assistance, correct?
Correct. It's like I want to make sure she's not taking wrong turns. As
Right.
she can go as direct as possible. I don't know if that will have to.
So
Right.
I think what you're best trying to accomplish here to help her out is you would need the range of 5. I think you can do targets as 1 target, so that costs 0 successes. And then if you want to give her a modifier, you could give her a bonus to perception, which if you wanted to spend your 1 success, you could give her 2 extra dice to perception, which will be very applicable in the labyrinth here.
There you go, Noelle.
Excellent. Yeah.
Cool.
So you reach out and it feels like Noelle should be pretty close, but as you actually try to get her, it's like your mind goes very far away. This labyrinth took them somewhere else. This looks like the labyrinth you're in right now looks like it might be a front, and they're somewhere very secret and far away. But you get her on the phone, and you get a good sense for the labyrinth, and you can see the seeing stones in front of you as you can sense that labyrinth start to make sense, and you can kind of help give tips and directions and whatnot. All right. And then Andrew, all of those crystals in front of you shimmer for a moment and then go dull. Are you touching any of the crystals?
Not yet. Let's let this progress a little bit. I'm
Excellent.
preparing.
All right. So Noelle, why don't you go ahead and you can roll me something to, let's do a survival plus perception to see how well you navigate this labyrinth.
Could I argue for well, it's fine if no, but I would like to argue for speed and perception because I am not deprioritizing my speed here. I want to do this quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Go ahead and throw it down.
Okay. And Will's area sense is giving me 2.
Giving you 2.
Perception? Okay. Does Deathless want to assist with this or not?
If you want Deathless, yeah, Deathless is at your command here. Deathless is in for this.
Okay. Because there is the parenthetical in the rule book of like if they want to assist. So
right.
Cool. Okay. Then Deathless gives me 2 as well. So I'm rolling a whopping 10.
Excellent. I rolled really mean and I got 11 successes. So let's see how well you can do here.
Goodness. I guess it's not impossible.
Pantheon dice. We have so many.
I'm going to see what I get. 1, 2, 3. I'm not even if I juice the Pantheon dice, I don't think I'm going to get 11 successes.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll.
That roll is insane.
I'm looking at your roll now. That's what I've got.
I don't know if people at home are appreciating this. That was a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 7, an 8, and a 9. Like,
yeah, Chase only rolled 4 more dice than I did, and he got
crazy
an insane number of successes.
A crazy good roll. All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're doing pretty good, like navigating the labyrinth. Like you're finding your way, though it is very confusing. You can feel that some of your turns are, coming back to where you've been before. You feel pretty certain as you navigate it for a few minutes that some of the walls are shifting and moving. Andrew and Will, you guys can see that the Minotaur is just gracefully going through this as if he's got it memorized. You guys can see the walls actually are shifting. And, Will, you can give some advice to Noelle to stop her from going in circles. But the Minotaur is the first one to reach kind of this big central chamber. And you can feel, Will, with your sense on the labyrinth, that he's getting pretty close to Noelle. And as he does, the Minotaur stomps down in this big center, like pressure plate in a big middle room. You got something, Andrew?
Well, the moment someone enters the center, that's a good moment to just be like, red crystal.
Okay, bopping the red crystal.
What? I think that's a good transition.
Excellent. Yeah, so you bop that red crystal, and you guys can see on the seeing stones, statues pop up from all 4 corners of that central room and just gout that place in flame.
All right.
So the Minotaur looks, ready for the possibility of it, but a little frustrated. We're going to roll to see how burnt this Minotaur gets. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that Minotaur is going to take 1 damage from getting burnt here.
You're welcome.
I rolled really good again. That was 1, 2, 3. That was 4 on 8, so 50% there. So he kind of hits the ground under the flame. Some of it burns him. He bats it off, and then he stomps on this center plate. And as he does, this green mist rises up out of the floor and then goes shooting down the pathway that leads towards Noelle, like just directly towards her. And he follows it as if he now knows where Noelle is at. Noelle, you see this green mist coming towards you. It's flying at you very quickly. How do you respond?
It's well, how would I respond? I think she's gonna assume it's like poison or something. So I guess she's gonna try and move in the other direction. Is it like moving way too rapidly that she's like, I don't think I can outrun this? Or
yeah, it definitely doesn't look like you can outrun it.
Okay, then she'll
your options are basically like dodge or just stand still.
She'll hold her breath and start, I guess, moving back toward it. Like maybe
follow the direction it goes.
Yeah, maybe it's coming past her, but she can like walk out of the back of the cloud. She doesn't know what this thing is.
Nice.
So
yeah, you hold your breath, it passes right through you. And you're fine.
and then it's
goes
gone.
flying past you, and then it continues on kind of back the way you just came, but you lose sight of it pretty quickly.
Okay.
But you are going to hear the thudding of hooves come echoing from around the corner. What do you do for this? And Will and Andrew, you guys can see the Minotaur is just about to collide with Noel. He's just running full speed down that corridor.
Will is gonna, if he can, communicate all this to her and like hide it. He's coming around the next quarter in 3, 2, and like kind of like let her get a jump on him if she can.
Okay. I think she's gonna wait until he sounds a bit closer, and then I think Chase, this is so horrible. I can't get Valorant out of my brain. But when you know someone is holding an angle and watching for you, ready for you to pop out of the corner, they're ready to see you in a certain spot, and then you just come at them a lot faster than they were like ready for. That's what I want to do. Like, he's following her trail and she gets that idea that he's running after her. So she's going to like wait till he sounds a bit closer, and then she's going to come running at him from around the corner.
Excellent.
Try to catch him off guard.
I love it. Okay. So you do that. And what I'm going to let you do here is I'll let you add in your perception to your defense roll when the time comes.
Got it.
Okay. So yeah, he comes around the corner. You're ready for it. So go ahead. Why don't you make me your attack roll? And then also make me your defense roll.
Okay.
We'll do one after the other. So attack first, defense first, attack first, defense second, and then I'll roll his appropriately.
Okay. Attack first, defense second. Got it. All right. That is fighting and speed. 2 things I'm good at. I will use wait, is Deathless helping?
What do you want, Deathless? Do you want Deathless to make their own attack? Like, what do you want them to do?
Like aid, like come flying at his face, not necessarily to do damage, but to like basically so he doesn't know who to target. There's like 2 things like flying at him.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Do you have stats on the Vassal, or do they have like their own?
They roll their own 2 dice for any checks that they make. If they do anything independently, and then otherwise they grant a bonus equal to the current level, which is 2, to checks that they can help with.
Oh yeah, they can definitely. So you can either choose to have them aid your defense or your attack here.
I'll have Deathless aid my defense, just like generally for this scene. I think he's just sort of like getting in the Minotaur's way, clawing at his eyes, flapping the big massive condor wings, that kind of thing.
Fantastic. I love it.
Okay, sorry. I will use 2 Pantheon dice. So I'm rolling 10 on my attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
Woo! Nice.
7
I only got 1 defense, so that's gonna be So let's see. So now you're using weapons, which is going to give you an extra 1. Do they count as deadly or anything like that?
They are brutal.
Brutal. That's brutal. Okay. So you got 7 successes, you said?
Yes.
7 down to 6 from his defense. Up to 7 from you having a weapon. Up to 8 from them being brutal.
They are brutal too, if that.
Up to 9 for being brutal too. So that's going to be 9 damage to the Minotaur.
Nice.
And he is going to take that to a... he's going to take it straight to the health. He's not going to put that to condition.
He has 400 health.
Apparently, yeah.
All right.
And then I got to roll defense, right?
Yeah, now what kind of defense do you want to do?
Yeah.
He looks like he is just charging at you, horns forward as he comes around this.
I guess this
corner.
would be dodge, because I think I was running toward him, and I was hoping to kind of slash and flip over him, or slash and slide under kind of thing, tumble out of the way as I get him.
Excellent.
So
okay.
That is
go
athletics
ahead,
and
roll
speed.
it. Add your +2 for Deathless, and add your perception for Will helping you communicate here.
Ooh, okay. That's going to give me 12 d10. I am built for this.
Get 12 successes.
Oh my gosh, that was a lot of dice, Chase. I thought I was rolling well, but oh gosh. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Excellent. All right.
You rolled so many 10s, though. Again, what is this?
All right. So you have armor 3, right? So, and how many successes did you get?
7.
Okay. So I'm at 13. I go down to 6 from your defense. I go down to 3 from your armor.
The minerals gave me 3 armor, right? So I have 4 because I'm wearing my sash.
I go down to 2 for your armor. I go up to 3 from having a weapon. And then I go up to 6 from Brutal 3. And then I go up to 8 for him charging. So that's going to be 8 damage that's going to go through to you.
Holy cow. Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now remember, you can apply these to conditions, to physical conditions, or you can put them straight to your health.
So it's 8 I'm looking at?
Yep.
Okay. How many conditions can I have? Just the number of slots that are there?
So you can have the number of slots. Each slot can have 5 levels of a condition. Oh. And you can have 10 levels of conditions total.
Wow. Okay. I will take 3 to my health. And then 5 to conditions, I guess. So I guess...
and this is physical, so it's got to be bleeding, or you could do impaired, injured, sickened, unconscious.
Yeah, just be unconscious.
Super recommended.
Just lose.
I guess I'll be bleeding and injured.
Cool.
Bleeding... gosh, I haven't used conditions too often. So
that's fine. So if you're bleeding... Then anytime that you make a standard action, you're gonna make a check, or you're gonna suffer damage. So you'll keep taking damage. Injured is gonna lower your checks with limbs, so it'll be.
I don't like it. Okay. Shoot. Well, maybe I don't want bleeding because that's gonna continue to damage.
And you get to choose which limb is injured. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think it makes sense for my leg to be injured.
Cool.
So is an injured 5? Is that...
Injured 5 is acceptable. I mean, you'll just get a -5 for any check using a leg.
Any of your leg checks.
Then I guess I'll do... Well, then I could just take all the rest of the 5 and just have injured and no bleeding, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so one of your 4 slots is taken. Injured is maxed out. Injured on that leg. And there you go. All right, so he goes charging past you, and he comes to a sliding halt. He looks almost bigger than when you last saw him. He's got glowing runes all over his body. He's got a big bronze horn over his missing horn. His eyes are glowing red. He looks a lot more fearsome than he did outside of the labyrinth. And you're going to go up next. He comes to a sliding halt and wields his battle axe. He's kind of doing the scraping hoof thing. What do you do? Brave and foolish of you to come in here alone.
May I?
Bottling of awards, hit the crystals.
Yeah, that's my plan. I was going to say, now that there's been a clash, that's another good moment to hit, let's say, yellow.
Okay, hitting
Wait, also, before we hit
crystal.
yellow, I'm going to ask a question to you, but which is, I'm pretty sure we can add 2 Pantheon dice to our pool, because in the preamble to this conflict, both Nathan and myself enacted our curses.
Oh, that's true.
He sped up the god, and I refused to participate in the competition.
That's fair. Two extra Pantheon dice.
So I think we get 2 extra Pantheon dice, and I hit the yellow.
And as I see him hitting the yellow, could I do a manifestation?
Yes.
You sure can.
I'd like to do the temporal view. So this is actually like, because knowing
seeing
that
the future,
seeing the future, he's hitting this crystal. He wants to know like what it is going to happen, and maybe say, don't hit the yellow one, hit the blue one. that's what I'm attempting.
I like that. That's fun. I love this.
Fantastic. Yeah. So roll it up, and for you to get an insight on that, I'm going to need 6 successes.
6 successes. No problem. Because I'm rolling. This is
dice.
Let's see, we've got 5 from Oracle, and then it's perception, so another 4. So we got 9 dice. Why not round it to an even 10 with with one of those Pantheon dice? How's that sound?
I like
Here
it.
we go.
6 will be the full success. I'll give you a partial insight if you get 3.
All right. So we need 10d10. Here they go. All right. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. So you get an insight of Andrew slapping that yellow crystal. And as you do, you get like a weird, obscure vision of Noelle's big wound that she has suffered actually lessening a little bit. The yellow feels like a good option.
Yeah. Will says, double tap yellow.
You did.
Okay. Excellent. You hit that
I
yellow
turn it
crystal.
on and off again.
It sings a little bit and glows, and you hear a ringing through the air. And Noelle, both above you and the Minotaur, you see a spiraling circle open up in the ceiling. What do you do?
Does the Minotaur seem distracted at all by this?
No, he just stands his ground. Do you take it bravely, or do you dodge it?
That's when you get a text
What
from
is
Will.
your courage?
A text from Will. Noelle isn't gonna. Noelle is. She figures, she figures the Minotaur wouldn't want to necessarily kill someone with his labyrinth. He seems like the kind who wants to, like 1v1 head to head. We're actually fighting. So while whatever this is might hurt or be annoying, she's definitely more concerned with this giant Minotaur in front of her. So she can't risk, glancing up and getting distracted. Because he's got what does he have? A big battle axe?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she's gonna stay focused on the giant monster in front of her.
Excellent. So you stand there, this opens up, you hear kind of a rushing water sound, and then just this glowing, like shimmering magical water sprays out of this hole, and it pours over both of you and the Minotaur, and it feels great. It feels like a cleansing magical water. This is going to heal 3 of your health, and the Minotaur's burns are also going to kind of dissolve away as he stands there. Wise, your bravery is rewarded this time. And then he looks like he's getting ready to charge. What are you doing, Noelle?
Charging. He's gonna charge. I guess I will brace myself as my quick defense. Because it seems like he is gonna charge at me.
So we learned last time you actually get to choose your defense on the fly. So you get to do it as a reaction.
Okay. Well then, for my action, I want to try and take a bite out of him. I want to try and like faint, and then instead of slashing necessarily, go with my teeth and see if I can't get something off of him.
Excellent. All right. So for that, your fast action will be to move up close to him, which he starts moving towards you to attack, and you kind of close that gap so he can't get the momentum he had last time. And then, go ahead and make your bite. This is going to be, I think, I would take a might in a fight or an athletics in a fight.
Okay. I'll do athletics and fighting.
Excellent.
Let's see. How we doing on the old Pantheon dice front? We've got 6. Sure, I'll use a couple. So I really want Minotaur powers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
5 successes.
Who bite him?
That is not gonna succeed unless you wanted to spend a shard. That could put you to 8, which will do it.
Do it.
It's my last shard.
Believe in yourself.
I did. Look where it got me. Fine. Yeah, I'll use my last shard.
Excellent. So you chomp into this Minotaur, and it is delicious. Like, best steak you've ever had. Already tastes cooked. It's delectable. The best of meat. And as you take a bite out of him, you can feel your own muscles get stronger. You also feel like there's a latent power you could activate had you the energy left to do so, but you no longer do with your spark. But you are going to get a permanent +2 to your might as just a passive.
Well, that's not. I mean, that's cool. It's not really what I wanted.
We'll talk about what the power is once you get a spark to use it again, or a shard.
Oh, you shouldn't have used your fragment.
I shouldn't have. If only someone didn't tell me to do that. Okay.
Don't worry, the green gives you your fragments back. I'll press that next.
All right, so you are up in this guy's business. You take a bite out of him. He is going to suffer a bleeding condition for that. And then he is going to go, and he is going to take a big swing down at you with this axe. So what kind of defense would you like to do?
A swing. I guess in that case, gosh, what is better for me? I think maybe dodging. I could block. Fighting plus speed. I guess it's actually the same exact. It's exactly the same for me. Character, however, okay. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter if I'm not suffering the penalty because I have weapons. So I guess I'll just block it.
Okay, excellent.
Because I don't want to get out of position and have him charge again.
Yeah, I like it. So you're up so close that you're, kind of already like right on top of him to take a bite. His axe has kind of an awkward swing at this angle. So go ahead and take 2 extra dice on your block.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6
Dang.
successes.
Yep, you're going to block everything from that axe swing.
Good.
And that is his turn. You're up.
Okay. Since I'm now right up in his grill, I'll slash. I'm kind of inside his reach now, so I'm just gonna go for gonna go classic bird and try to disembowel him. I'm going right for his gut.
I like it. Go ahead and roll that. He is going to try to block it.
Still have some dice. I guess I'll just keep using them. Using 10 for my attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you've got 5
Got
negated
5.
by 1 for his block down to 4, negated down to 2 from his armor, up to 3 from using a weapon, up to 5 from brutal 2.
Yes.
That's going to be 5 damage to him, and he's going to max
Kill
his
this guy.
bleeding up to 5 and then take 1 damage.
Okay.
This is good.
All right. And then
I'm
anything else you want to do?
stressed.
You want to stay up close? You want to move?
I don't think I want to move because I don't want to give him the chance to sprint at me again. Could I try? Oh, I just have a quick action left, so I don't think there's anything. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to do. Oh, wait, hang on. I can feint as a quick action.
I
And
like
maybe
it.
he'll take
Failure
pity on
gives
me.
the target +2. Oh, I see. It's like a gamble though, because if I fail, then it gives a +2 to defend. Interesting. What is feint against? Like, what do I have to? How many successes would I need? And maybe if you don't want to give me an
his
exact
perception and awareness.
number. What do you guys think? Fainting. It could give me a bonus to my next attack, but it could also
perception
give him
and
a
insight.
bonus.
Your intuition.
Doesn't seem that smart. I don't know. Maybe perception is really high for him, though.
I don't know
I'll
how
try it.
perceptive Yeah, what's the worst?
I'll try it. Yeah, it'll give him a +2 to defense, maybe. But all right, deception and athletics, or no, fighting. So
Yep.
that's 6.
Go ahead and roll it. I got 4 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. What
Okay,
does
so we
that
tied.
mean?
It's negated. Nobody
Okay,
gets a bonus.
then I'm gonna spend a Pantheon dice to change that 6 to a 7 and get one more
Ooh.
success.
There we go. All right, the feint is up.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Excellent. All right, this Minotaur is going to try to grab you with his big old meaty fist. And he is, looks like he's trying to grab you and throw you. So go ahead and roll your defense here.
Okay.
Feint gives you an extra 2, correct?
No, it's just to my next attack. Because they're like kind of off balance.
Okay, excellent. So for this defense, this actually has to be a might plus athletics.
You got a
Oh.
bonus to your might.
Okay,
from
I do.
being a Minotaur.
All right, so I'm rolling 7. Is Deathless gonna help me here too?
Yeah,
Because of
Deathless
the
can help you
defense?
here.
Okay. So that's 9d10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Okay,
Looks like.
I've got 9. And I'm actually going to spend... I'm going to spend one of those cursed dice to make this a 7 on the 6 there. So this will be, yeah, this will put me at 10. You've got 6?
10 successes?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Fine, then I'll spend. Wait, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Did I? Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Then I will spend 2 Pantheon dice to change those 2 6s to 7s and
Excellent.
take 8 successes.
Okay, 8 successes. So he does manage to grab you, and he throws you up into the ceiling. And as soon as you hit the ceiling, unlike you would expect with like a thud once you hit it, the ceiling actually ripples, and you suddenly feel like you are falling the other direction. It's kind of disorienting. And you hit the floor somewhere completely different in another hallway. And you can see that there is one path to go straight ahead, and there are 2 spiked walls coming towards each other, leaving you only one way to go. You don't take any damage because even though it's kind of a rough thud, your hard skin is going to negate the damage.
Whew. Okay.
And we're now back into navigating the labyrinth. So why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception plus speed. Yeah, you got something, Andrew?
I got 2 things. I've got a
Mhm.
metagaming thing, which is you better make that Minotaur roll to avoid bleeding damage.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Chase.
yes.
Form of
I do
physical
plan on it.
activity. And his bleeding is 5, so he better get dazed or injured.
Those are the wrong type of dice, but I will roll that again.
And my second thing is that's a fantastic transition to press the green button.
The green button. Fantastic. Let's see here. Let me take a quick look on bleed on what check I need.
Green button makes all traps move twice as quickly.
This means they continue normally.
Green button means Noelle wins. Good job, Andrew. Good button
Yeah.
pressing.
Oh yeah, the conditions thing is weird. So for as you figure it out, for people listening along, it's like every time you do something big and physical, you roll and you need 2 successes on fortitude plus medicine, but minus your current bleeding condition level. So I think if he's at 5, so he's rolling like his fortitude plus his medicine minus 5 dice, and he has to try and get 2 successes.
Yep. Let's
It's
see.
very
here.
wild.
Okay. It's minus the dice. I see. So that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna reroll this. All right. He is not gonna succeed on that, so he will take 1 damage to his health.
Yeah, so he takes a damage to his health, and he adds 1 to his bleeding, but he can't do that. So he has to either take 1 dazed or 1 hopeless.
Excellent. He will take a hopeless condition.
Yeah, what a hopeless Minotaur!
Yeah, he's thinking maybe he shouldn't have tangled with Noel.
Okay, gotcha. All right, noted. So yeah, he's looking pretty surprised by how hurt he got. So Will and Andrew, you guys can see on the seeing stones, the Minotaur kind of stumbles for a little bit as he's bleeding profusely. You see Noel is somewhere completely different, and you're hitting the green button, Andrew. And
hold on, can I still just do my I mean, there's nothing for me to lose if I try to use my temporal view. I might be able to send a duck text to Noel. So I'm going to do it anyway. And roll 9 and just
looking
see
for 6.
All right. Here it goes. Not 6. I got 4. 4, 5.
Okay, so this is how it's going to go when you use these temporal views. 3 is going to tell you who it's good or bad for, and then 6 is going to tell you exactly what it does. If Andrew hits that green button, it's going to be bad for both of them.
I send a duck text to Noel.
Excellent. All right, smacking the green. Excellent. So those 2 spike walls that are coming towards you, Noel, they suddenly speed up very quickly to where you need a full-blown sprint to avoid these things from spiking you. One comes whipping around the corner towards the Minotaur as well, and he's going to start running. So, Noel, I need you to make me an athletics plus speed check here. Remember the minus from your injured leg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's the -5? Don't die.
Actually, Noelle knows she's not in great shape, so she's going to try to blink instead.
Ooh, nice. I like it.
Not very far, but
manifestation
just just to safety, where she
now.
can see.
Notably, if you try this manifestation and you don't succeed like you need to, it's gonna take some time, right? It'll slow you down a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Inside the
This
wall.
is 6 dice.
For all you Crete fans playing along, I've got some ancient Minoan art of people jumping over bulls.
1, 2, 3. People jumping over bulls. It was
a
supposed
sport
to be
in
Noel.
In Minoan Crete. Yeah, this is what you were trying to do.
It didn't quite work out that way, but that was the idea. Okay. So, distance. Where's the distance thing?
So for a blink,
range.
it's actually going to be the magnitude is really the only thing that's going to affect this, and it's
Well, I would like to take Deathless with me, so I am going to spend 1 on targets.
Excellent.
If that's all right.
Yep.
And then I'll spend the other 2 on small change. I just want to go a little ways, just out of the spikes.
All right. Yeah. So you do get yourself enough ground to avoid the spikes for now, but now you have to navigate the labyrinth under quite a bit of pressure. So go ahead and roll me your perception plus your speed for the labyrinth. And go ahead and we'll see how good this goes.
Okay, now I think she is going to be a little more cautious because she's moving so slowly. She doesn't have speed really on her side with her leg being...
So you actually have to roll speed this time.
Oh, I do. Okay.
You still have the spikes coming up behind you. You got a good head start.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was like this and I needed to go that way.
So the spikes are coming together, and as you blinked, you could see that once they met, one of them took a turn and is now following.
Rude spikes. Okay. Speed and perception.
And then I'm going to roll this for the Minotaur as well. He will also roll for his bleed.
Speed and perception. 6 minus 5, 1. I'm going to have Deathless help me. Rolling a big old.
I'm gonna use that
3.
last curse dice and see if I can beat this bleed this time, and I do.
I got 1 success.
1 success. Okay. Let's see here. Let me roll for the Minotaur.
You should have tried to blink
3.
behind the spikes.
Or
When
find
they go past you, and you find the secret room, like in all the Dark Souls lifts where they come up and you drop underneath them instead.
That would have been smart. Noelle's never played Dark Souls. Otherwise, she would have thought of that.
Excellent. All right. So, Noelle, you come to a center chamber where you have a left or right or straight to go. The spikes are right on your butt. So you have to make a quick decision. Which direction do you go?
Can I do a manifestation of? So we have some wireless control here with the green button. Could I try to reverse that and shut it off with like a manifestation of like maybe puppetry or something?
Yeah, I would accept that.
But I'm going to shut it off just for the one following Noelle.
Just for the one following Noelle. Fantastic.
Yeah. That's what I'll attempt.
Yeah, this is going to require, this is also, most of these are so high just because it's all so far away. So to tap in through the green, 6 successes will be to do just hers. If you can get 3, I'll let you partially slow it.
And puppetry is tech and puppetry, or what is this? I'm thinking tech and puppetry, or what would you make me roll there?
Yeah, let's see here. That's gonna be.
Oh no, that's probably
the skills. It's gonna be
manipulation and fighting.
Puppetry. I know it's one of these here. Banish, multiply, temporal view, puppetry. So yeah, this will be manipulation. So this is going to be puppetry plus fighting, or I would allow, puppetry / fighting, or if you wanted to,
you need puppetry plus tech.
Yeah, I'll give you puppetry plus tech.
That's 4 dice. I mean, I'm gonna have to really roll crazy here. I mean, it can't hurt. I mean, might as well try to do something.
Just don't speed it up on accident, and I think.
Yeah, let's not get a critical fail here. So there we go. There they are. Oh, speaking of critical fails.
Uh-oh. Do we have one here?
Well, unless we do.
Yeah.
That would be a critical fail.
You can spend a shard to get 2 successes automatically.
Yeah. Will is definitely gonna recall that. Ooh, I pressed the wrong one, and yeah, I'm gonna just skip me. We're done.
Okay, so are you using the shard to not make it a critical fail?
I will use a shard, yes.
Excellent. Yeah, you try to get into it in time, but it's a pretty ancient, complicated tech, and it's just so far away that you don't quite get there in time. So, Noelle, left, right, or straight?
Left. Noelle has never been right in her life.
Left for Noelle. Okay, fantastic. Let me check my notes here. All right.
Oh, left equals death.
As you head left, you hear stomping coming right around the corner.
Toward me from that same direction.
From that same direction. So you head left. You've got a little bit lead on the spike, but now you've got stomping on one side and a spike on the other. What are you doing here?
Okay. Actually, I am going to do what Bill suggested. I'm going to wait for the Minotaur to come running at me, and then I want to blink behind the spikes where I just was before.
Perfect.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
It'd be really bad if it doesn't work.
Just make it work. You'll be fine. Just believe in yourself. And use all the Pantheon dice.
Yeah, exactly.
Blink. Yeah, I'm going to use the Pantheon dice, I think. So that's 3.
Hold on, well, I can't use my points to give you Pantheon dice. That's cheating.
It's okay. It's okay. With the 3 Pantheon dice, I'm rolling 9. That should be enough to do what I want. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all I need, really.
3 is all you need. Okay,
Just
so
me and Deathless behind the spikes.
this Minotaur comes around the corner, and as soon as he's running towards you, he obviously sees the spike wall behind you. He doesn't look too afraid. He looks like he's going to try to slam you into it. But then you just wisp away. Do you like explode into feathers? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, and I'm going to purposely wait. So I guess if I have to, I guess I can have a... Yeah, sorry. I'm just thinking magnitude. So I guess I'll have a slight change because I think this with the spikes moving pretty
Yeah, you're just trying to go right behind him.
So, and I'm going to put 1 point to trigger. Or like a timing trigger, basically, is what I want.
So 1 to magnitude, 1 to trigger, and 1 to take your control.
To take death. Yeah. So I see him and I like stand like I'm gonna brace, like I'm ready to fight him because I really want to bait him. And then as soon like it's uncomfortably close. Noelle like almost flinches, but then she just like of black and red feathers, and hopefully the Minotaur charges into the spikes.
Excellent. He's full force going to slam you into them. So then he actually just ends up slamming himself straight into the spikes, which is going to shatter this little board of spikes that has been following you. It's going to crunch right through it. It's pretty flimsy stone, you can see once he breaks through it, but it looks like it's going to beat him up pretty bad. So I'm going to let you roll 10 undefended dice against him here.
Ooh.
I'd never even got to press the blue one.
We'll see. We'll see. Unless I don't roll very high with this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 into
5
his
successes.
Armor of 2 is going to put it at 3. This is a weapon, so that's going to be 4. This is brutal 3, so that's going to be 7 damage. And he's got to take that to one of his condition slots. He's already got 6 conditions, 2 slots taken. He's going to take this injury to his arms. So he's just going to shoulder right into it, and it's going to tear up his axe arm pretty bad. So he'll take 5 of that and then 2 to his health.
I don't think he can take 5.
Oh,
he
right.
can have 4 conditions, but only
4.
only 10 maximum level.
Yeah, so he'll take 4 into the injured, and then he'll take the rest to his health. And he's maxed out on conditions. He's looking pretty bloody. That's his turn, because his turn was smacking into the wall, so it's your go.
Okay.
Finish him.
I imagine I obviously didn't go very far because I very nearly stayed in place. I just disappeared for a second. So am I behind him or am I in front of him?
So you went back, right? So you're like just in like the big central intersection room now, and then he smacked towards you, broke the spike. So you're now in front of him because you went backwards and he broke the spikes.
Then I will move toward him and
that was a super cool move.
I'll hobble, I'll limp toward him as quick as I can, with Deathless kind of spurring me along, and I will continue my assault. I'm gonna scratch into his arm that is now like bleeding and all spiked up.
Okay, digging into it.
Yep. That will be 8d10.
Crush him.
Come on.
Kill him.
1,
8 dice, 12,
2, only 2 successes.
Only 2 successes.
No,
All right,
I
here we
need
go.
some Pantheon dice. Apparently, only my Pantheon dice rolls have been.
So let's
on
see.
point.
He gets to roll for this one 5 defense. He got 1 success. So you got 2 successes. Up to 3 because it's a weapon. Up to 5 because it is brutal 2. And then he's going to take 4 damage, which is going to break through all of his health, and you're going to start carving into his sanity now. So he's looking a little
Sounds horrible.
agitated. He's bleeding real bad. He's acting more bestial like a bull. He's starting to kind of buck his shoulders and snort and look pretty unwell.
Oh, speaking of that bleeding, can he roll bleeding for that attack he made against the?
Oh yes,
the big one.
Andrew, ever the lord of fair competition.
To be fair,
making sure Chase is following
you're
the
not bleeding
rules.
as well, are you?
No, I decided to not take bleeding. I took
your
injured.
broken leg.
Yeah,
Okay.
shattered
Your
leg.
mangled leg.
He is gonna take one more damage, and he's gonna get one. What
Can't
happens
take the
if-
condition. That's I just looking that up. That's another damage.
There's another damage. He's taking 2 more damage. He's
I'm
looking
bleeding.
not so great. All right.
I'm scouring the rule book for anything that gets him to take more damage.
Okay, no, you're right up on there. He is going to he's gonna try to just like headbutt fall into you here. So he's gonna try to gore you with his horn, puts all of his weight into it, straight into the ground. What kind of defense are you gonna make here?
I'm gonna block because I want to stay up with him.
Okay.
I want to keep him on the ropes.
Okay, roll that defense. And we've got for him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
5 successes? Yes, 5.
So I've got 6 up to 7 from this being a weapon, up to 8 from Brutal 1 on his horn with no charge. You've got 6, you said?
5.
5. So you're going to put it down to 3, and then your armor's going to negate all of that. So he gets a nice swing on your armor, but your tough mineraled skin is going to just glance that gore right off of you. And then we'll roll for his bleed.
And
He's going to succeed the bleed this turn, and it's your
Oh
go.
my, look at that roll.
Wait, blue.
Hitting
You gotta hit
blue
all the colors.
again. Okay, let's see. This is your second blue. No, you have not hit blue yet.
Never hit blue before. I've hit red, statues made flame in the center. Yellow, healed. Green made the traps get scarier.
How many
Blue?
colors do you have? Just
This
the
is
4?
the last color.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right. Did you want to do an insight on this one?
Don't even worry
yeah.
about it. No,
Just
have some
let it
fun.
happen.
Just let it
Just have some
happen.
fun.
Okay.
Will is still, he's still kind of upset about almost like
Almost skewering Noel.
skewering Noel. So he's like, let this one just go.
Yeah. Blue.
Okay, so you hit blue. Now, Noel, you're kind of back towards the intersection room. He's in the hallways still, right at the entrance of it. Just smack the blue. Portions of the walls open up like little windows, like little arrow slots along the side. And you get just a glance through one of them. It looks like there's a bunch of centaur-looking creatures through the windows, Noel. And they are shooting the closest thing in the hallway, which is going to be the Minotaur.
Wait, the arrow
So-
slots are in the hallway?
In the hallway.
Oh,
You're back
interesting.
towards like the intersection room where you had to make the decision.
Mhm.
Why did he put these centaurs here?
And they're going to shoot at him as a volley. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness. 8. I got 8 successes on
Don't you
8
let
dice.
these centaurs kill the Minotaur. That will be so unsatisfying.
And then he's going to dodge with 1, 2, 3. He's going to spend one of his sparks, his only one that he has, to get 3 more. No, you know what we're gonna do? I have a blessing from Always a Wolf, so I'm actually gonna cash that in right now. We're gonna negate this attack. He's so ready for it. He's gonna grab 2 chunks of those big boards that he shattered, the fallen walls. He's gonna make just
cool.
2 shields on either side of him.
Catch
And
all
he's
the
gonna-
arrows.
He's gonna catch all the arrows. And then we'll put it to your turn, Noel.
Okay.
Wow, throw the
Hmm.
bird at him.
Yeah, I'll just attack him again. Yeah. Noel
Okay.
Noel just wants to finish this. She can tell
Okay.
that she's got him on the ropes.
Oh, I will roll for his bleed on that defense, though. He succeeds his bleed again. All right, he's going to make his defense. He's going to try to block this with one of those boards that he just picked up.
All right, I'll take a Pantheon dice. I roll 9.
100 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, you got 5, up to 6 from a damage, up to 8 from your brutal 2. I got, I'm going to bring it down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 from armor and my block, which you dig into him. He has to take that straight to his sanity, and he stumbles back, and he looks like he's about to collapse. He drops to one knee, and he just lets out this defeated huff. You've bested me. My life seeps away. Is this what you wanted?
Is this what you wanted?
He kind of like lets this little smile creep across his face. Dying in such glorious combat in the labyrinth is the best way I could ask to exit this world. Better than what Horatio would give me. Though my primal blood and his runes on his body start glowing and his muscles seem to engorge and get larger, and he stands up one last time with bright red glow to his eyes, pushes me on to force this to a draw. And he's gonna do one last. He has a death rattle strike that he's gonna make here. So he's taking one last swing at you, Noel.
Okay.
You can make a defense. He's bringing his axe. Despite the fact his arm is mangled, it doesn't look like it's stopping the momentum of this swing at all.
Don't die. Roll 100.
Don't love the look of that number that you've got there, Chase.
So many dice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a lot of successes that you have. That is a worrisome number of successes. Oh, we have Pantheon dice still.
You do. Did you want to take them?
Roll
We have, always a wolf cashed in one more, or Wombat Fuzz cashed in one more. So we've got 3. I'll roll the 3 more and see where that gets me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, 7. So I have 8 successes. So you're going to negate that down to 1. I am going to get a total of 5 more on this one between the brutal and the weapon.
Okay.
You have an armor of 3, so you're going to take 2 damage here, which is not going to kill you, I imagine.
No, it's not. I'm going to take it to my health.
Excellent. So he slams this axe down so strong that it just shatters the stone of the floor. It makes like this just ripple of the stone pulling apart. It grazes your arm as it goes down, gives it a pretty solid cut, but you get mostly out of the way of it, and your middled skin protects your arm from probably getting cleaved off. And then he just collapses face first into the ground after that strike. He lets out one last little huff. If anybody can stop Horatio, it'll be you.
I think Noelle, in this moment, she's full of adrenaline. She was a little afraid, but is also like equally excited. I think her sort of animal nature is just like fully taken over. Her talons are bloodied up to her elbows, and she just like leaps on him and just like goes for his jugular. She just like, I think like a beak manifests as part of her like natural weapons thing, and she just like chomps right down.
Excellent. Yeah, he's weak, and that is definitely the killing blow. And as your bloodied beak digs into him, the entire labyrinth starts to shake, and the walls start to drop to just show a big, wide open stone vastness of pretty much nothing once the walls all go down into the floor. And then in the blink of an eye, Will and Andrew, you guys see them disappear off of the seeing glasses. And you hear a thud. The green crystal that they gave the blood sacrifice to glows. Your little pedestal of crystals goes back in the ground. And you can see both of this large Minotaur corpse and Noelle just manifest in the center of the room, just in front of the desk in the main area.
Noelle is like crouched on him, and just like she is fully just like tearing into him like claws or like talons and beak, like straight up a vulture might tear into like a carcass or something like that. And she doesn't even notice that she has been transported back. She is just completely taken with this fresh kill.
Will goes like this.
Andrew, and now don't take this the wrong way, because I said no, you're going to. Andrew is gonna like tackle Noelle off the Minotaur, but not to stop her. It's like when you get the final goal in a game of soccer. It's just like it's a grab, roll, hug, pick her up, like yes, you did it. Just throw it. If I had a big thing of Gatorade and I'd pour it over her head. It's just a big hug, lift, grab thing.
She's dazed. She's really confused for a second, and she nearly strikes you because she's like still just totally amped. But your tackle sort of brings her back to her human mind, and okay, that's okay. We don't have to like ever get that close ever again. And she is like peeling herself off of you, peeling you off of her, I guess.
You did it! I grab the two wings of the condor and I spin around with him. Yeah! Throw him up into the air.
He screeches unhappily.
He doesn't like it at all. Alright, that was amazing. You ducked behind the wall as it coming towards you. You got him bleeding early on. That was perfect. It was beautiful. I'm assuming we'll be able to get out of here fine, but that was amazing.
Thanks. Noelle's wiping her mouth off slowly. Her talons have gone away and she's just got her normal hands. You guys were watching the whole time then?
The whole time I had little buttons. I was like controlling what was going on in the labyrinth, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I had like fire coming out and like yellow healing portals and all this stuff. It was, it worked out well. I hope the centaurs are okay. I don't know where they went after the labyrinth disappeared.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that because I maybe wanted to taste one, but it seemed like an afterthought,
Hey, you've got a Minotaur right there.
Yeah. Thanks for the texts, Will.
Yeah, you'll have like just pages of like different emojis that you're like not really able to translate, but it's like Will just like texting you. Like it should be intelligible, but it's not. His last request was to take his horn. Do you think we could put it into a slot over there?
Oh. All right. We had a little clipper last time to get it off, but maybe it's easier when he's dead? Or maybe we have to take his whole head with us. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I can take his feet.
Does he have a bunch of weapons still in here? Like, does he have any weapons in his...
There's a whole armory full of, like, battle axes.
Noel will grab one of his axes, and just as they're trying to come up with, like, ideas and stuff, she'll just walk up and just, like, chop his head off. I think that should work.
One fell swoop, decapitated.
His throat was half gone anyway.
That's true. Okay, well, let's lift this thing and get it in. It's still quite heavy. Will, do you want to grab the other side, the bronze side, and we'll try and get it into the hole?
I'm better at giving directions.
I can do it.
All right, Noel, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Up.
Excellent. You guys get that horn in there with Will's guidance of the up and the down and the left and the right. And as soon as that horn inserts into that indent, the wall...
we all die.
That would be
I
awful.
got you.
My last laugh.
The wall just drops down with a solid thud. And as the wall drops down, there's a nice little hidden alcove behind it. And inside is a beautiful little chest. It's quite small, like it could be held with 2 hands. It's like a blue sapphire color edged with gold, kind of like a octagonal shape. And there is a unrolled scroll with very nice handwriting that you recognize from his earlier letters, leaning up against the box.
I'll read it.
The letter reads,
"This could be Pandora's box."
"This was gifted to me by Horatio. If you have put me in the labyrinth of my ancestors for an eternal rest, then I hope it aids you in your defeat of this fiend of a man." And then it's not signed. That's it.
Well, that seems like a good sign.
Do we peek? Do we have a look at what's inside?
Go ahead.
What? Hey.
Okay. Andrew cracks it open, and as you start to open it, it just bursts with a golden light as you start to open it. And just peeking inside, you recognize what's inside. It's something that you're familiar with at all of your ascensions. You've seen one before, but not very often. This is a divine spark of some sort.
Shotgun.
He's holding the box.
Oh, there's nothing in here at all.
The gold is just shining against your face. Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't
the
see
end of-
anything in here.
It's like in the Pulp Fiction.
What are we
well,
supposed to do with that?
I mean, this could be an entire new domain of power. I hesitate to try and make any decisions about this, but I wonder perhaps if Noel look, I can determine this. I am the god of awards, and I've never seen a more fitting award to defeating an opponent than this. Would you perhaps, I don't know, we could give it to Alma, but I mean, she killed Will.
And then she
Maybe-
didn't even help watch him when he was dead.
No. You know, she made it very clear. Pantheon issues are Pantheon issues. Well, I think Pantheon rewards are Pantheon rewards. Would you be interested in a new domain?
Well, the spark that I tasted before was pretty much the best thing I've ever tasted. So,
And notably, this is just a spark and not the soul, which is quite uncommon to see contained like this.
Hey.
Typically, a dominion.
but
is
I
stolen from a
imagine
soul.
it's the same
Yeah.
stuff. It's like the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
flavor.
But without the
Yeah.
moral. This is the beyond spark. I start to give it to you, and I go, "Oh, of course, there is a small matter we should probably deal with before this. A little quid pro quo, if you may. While being a god on a human television show is bad, being a double god is double bad. You'll
Okay.
be too powerful to compete at all at this point, Noel. I can't allow you to get on television and ruin the dreams of a lot of mortals. Especially not with an entire... For all we know, you could become the god of reality TV. That'd be skewing the scales completely. So before I give you this, I may need your word not to compete on another season of Last One Standing.
That
We're in like a
spark
little
smells so tasty.
we're in like a little alcove. Is there a way to shut the door? Like, Noel kind of turns to Will, is about to sort of like forcibly like remove him from the conversation, then thinks better because she's trying to be nicer to him. Could I talk to Andrew for a second, like without you standing right here? I mean, I know you're gonna listen to us anyway, but it just makes me feel less awkward if you're like acting like you're not listening.
All right, I'll be right over there listening.
At least he's honest about it.
Okay, listen. This is like not a thing that I want to talk about later after this. Okay? It like doesn't leave this alcove. Or this labyrinth, Will.
All right. Oh, you hear your like phone, like, okay.
I like don't know what to do if I'm not on that show. I used to like do these stupid pageants when I was a kid. It's stupid. I don't want to talk about it. It's just like something I did, and I never got very far, and I was just always a loser, and that is just like what I was. And I never won a thing, and I just never felt like I was good at anything. I was just like weird Noelle and friendless Noelle, and just like didn't have anything going for me except being tall and weird looking and kind of aggressive. And then I decided to sign up for that stupid show because it seemed stupid and whatever. So I did, and then like I actually was doing well. And it was like the first time I felt like I might actually be good at something. And then right in the middle of it, that spark came. Okay? I didn't ask for it. Nobody asked me if I wanted to become this. It just came right in the middle, and I didn't get a choice about that, okay? And then you show up and you say, sorry, Noelle, you can't do the thing that you're good at. You don't get to do this anymore because you have to go be someone that you didn't ask to be. And it was stupid. I mean, it was fine. Whatever. I lost something that I'm getting really used to doing. But, I mean, it's fine. Like, I like being the god of birds and all that stuff. It's not like I want to go back to being the loser that I was. But I just wanted you to know, like, why it mattered so much. And I get that you can't have me win, but I wasn't doing it just to bug you. I mean, I did it a little bit to bug you because it was kind of funny, but like there were other reasons. Okay. So there, that's it.
Noelle, I'm the god of awards. Do you think that I don't want you to compete? I don't want you to hide your light under a bushel. I want to put it on a bigger stage. Do you see what you just did? You're focusing on the things you lost when you were a kid. That was the strongest. Alma didn't want you to fight that thing. She wouldn't have fought it herself. It's not that you're not, like, last one standing would be like if you decided you wanted to get back into soccer, so you went to an under-6s competition, decided to kick a bunch of children. Noelle, you're too good for it. I would like them to not have to go through the things you went through when you were young. I want them to be able to win. You felt what it's like to always have someone else turning up and ruining it for everybody. You don't want to be that person. You killed a Minotaur. You can do anything. But you have to let other people succeed where they can. So don't worry, you don't need the show. You're too good for the show. That's literally what I'm saying. You're too good. You'll always win. You can beat them all. And look, it's usually not my place to try and tell you, to know who's going to win. That's not my concern. I don't usually care who wins. There is something I've never told you. I was watching, I pay attention, Noelle. I pay attention to competition, and I know it was early days, but you were going to win. Season 1, if you hadn't, before the power, before the spark, you were always going to win. It just would have been fair. Once it became unfair, you had to step out, but you had the votes. And what, you think Plimpton was going to win if you'd stayed in normally? Have you seen that guy?
Unfortunately,
Hair is taller than his head. It's like 3 feet of hair on a small face. You were going to win. And you'll win again. You just shouldn't. But look at this. A second spark. Nobody can beat you at anything. So have a bite. Let's see what happens.
Okay. She'll take the box and look to make sure Will isn't looking. He probably is secretly, but she glances over and then very quickly, like the hug she gave Will before she went into the labyrinth, gives Andrew the speed hug, the like hug. Okay, we never did that. I'm never going to do that again. And she'll eat the spark.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you consuming a spark is almost like taking a sip of something from the air. You know, you kind of have to breathe it in, and this golden orb of energy just kind of flows in through your mouth and your nose. You can start seeing the golden energy light all of the veins through your body. You can see it through your arms. Your mineral protection kind of melts away as you take in the spark, and your eyes start to glow with this bright golden energy. And it is delicious, and it fills you with power. You feel like you can breathe clear. You feel like you can think clear, like you can see better. As this, it's a familiar feeling to when you ascended last time, although maybe even enhanced because this is power on top of power. And as soon as you inhale that spark, you start to become familiar with what you are gaining dominion over.
Ooh, can we take some guesses? What do we think this new dominion?
We can take some guesses, and we will confirm those guesses next week.
Oh yeah, drop them in chat.
This
drop your guesses in chat.
Next week.
Or in Discord.
Noel, the god of birds. And lemons.
And lemons.
I'll get some juice in your eye.
Fantastic. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap there. Yeah, chat, let us know in Discord. Let us know in chat. Tell us what you think Noel's going to be the dominion of. And we'll talk about it next week. We'll call that a session for tonight. Fantastic game, everybody. I love that role play at the end. Liked the creativity. I love how Andrew and you guys stayed involved even though she was dueling. Great fun. Very creative. Before we wrap up for this week, let's go ahead and talk about who we were playing with one more time. We'll start with you, Nathan. Tell us about yourself and where you can be found on the internet.
Yeah, Nathan Smith, Knights of Bastille. You can find our apps, NPC for Hire, and Magwa's Magic Guide Compendium in whichever app store you frequent.
Good stuff. Fantastic app. I use it myself. If you need some good NPC art for your game, check it out. Magic items are awesome. Bill, tell us about yourself and where you can be found.
Hey, I'm Bill. I make a show called Escape This Podcast. I make another show called Solve This Murder. Check them all out at consumethismedia.com. It's got all of our fun stuff that we do.
Yes, indeed. Fun stuff. Good content. Check it out. Tori and I are part of the Level 1 Geek team here, along with Em in the background, who is talking with you guys and running the chat and the tech. Tori, do we have any announcements or anything we want to talk about before we sign off for the night?
Nothing from me. Just thank you, chat, for all of the Pantheon Dice support. It literally saved my life. So
They all
appreciate it as
stuff.
Always.
It's good stuff indeed.
Yeah, has
Sweet.
anybody noticed that Chase has made the curse dice half as much as a Pantheon dice? I don't like this.
What? Are you
I don't
sure?
like this.
That can't be right. Yeah, you gotta add a little extra chaos in there, right? Fantastic. Fun game, everybody. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate your support, whether you did your channel points, whether you gave bits, whether you subscribed, whether you're just here and telling your friends about it. We appreciate you so much. We'll be finding out what Noel is the goddess of now next week, so make sure you tune in, same time. And until then, everybody, go take a long rest. Go duel a Minotaur if you're feeling brave. And we will catch y'all next week. Have a good night, everybody.